All right, good evening. I would like to call the board business meeting of February 23rd, 2023 to order. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board met prior to this meeting to discuss personnel issues and updates to CEA and first student negotiations. The meeting lasted for approximately 30 minutes. And now, if everyone is ready, I would like to make a motion to approve meeting minutes as presented in items 3B through 3F, which includes board business meeting, finance committee meetings, FMT committee meetings, HR committee meetings, and curriculum committee meetings. May I have a second? Gail? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Now, financial reports. This is a motion to approve financial reports as presented in items 4B through 4M for January 2023. May I have a second? Sharon? Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Second.
Yeah, right? Okay, good. All right, all in favor? Treasurer's report. This is a motion to approve the January 2023 Treasurer's report. Sue, any questions or comments? All in favor? Okay. Are there any public comments on anything that is on the agenda this evening? Drew, nothing? Oh. Okay, then Chris.
Sure. Motion to approve a farm-to-school grant awarded by the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture to the Food Services Department in the amount of $13,110. The funds will be used to purchase and serve locally grown products in our school cafeterias.
Great. May I have a second? Sue? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Okay. Our superintendent's report. Dr. Christian?
Thank you, Mrs. Petruno. Board action is requested on items 8B and 8C. Motion to approve the personnel report and extracurricular contracts as outlined in 8B and 8C. Board action is requested for the recommended personnel changes. Appointments for promotion, employment, or transfer are subject to the presentation of valid credentials, employment verification documentation, and the state mandated requirements.
All right. May I have a second? Chris? Any questions or comments? All in favor? All right. And now I'll turn it over to our student representatives, Emma and Olivia.
Good evening, Dr. Christian, school board members, and community. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to provide this report this month. Tonight I have Jade and Olivia with me, who are two of our junior representatives. Sorry, Jade and Ava. Sorry, you got it in my head that Olivia was here. Olivia can't be here tonight, so I have Ava and Jade. So starting with White Marsh, we have White Marsh participating in its second annual African American Read-In, which is a nationwide program featuring lessons and activities based on books written by African American authors. This initiative is part of the No Place for Hate program sponsored by the ADL. The PTO has lots of exciting activities and fundraisers on the way, such as bingo night, the book fair, pretzel days, etc. Despite the unfortunate loss, White Marsh celebrated the Super Bowl at the start of February, collecting soup cans to be placed in favor of the Eagles or Chiefs. All the generous donations were given to families in need.
Next is Ridge Park Elementary. The Great Kindness Challenge was January 23rd to 27th. Ridge Park joined in promoting kindness through various activities and literature. Many thanks to the CSDEF for their generous donation that helped to make this possible. Ridge Park Post Office is up and running for the first time since 2019. Second grade postal workers sort and deliver these letters weekly during recess. Many thanks to retired teacher Donna Stern for helping us kick this off, and Miss Vacanti for sponsoring it. Miss Mason, school counselor, continues to host monthly food for thought meetings for teachers. These meetings emphasize creating a trauma-sensitive learning environment for students.
Plymouth Elementary participated in school-wide activities with a focus on celebrating Black culture and appreciating diversity in children's literature. One of their favorite activities was having members of the Black Culture Awareness Club come to Plymouth Elementary to read to their class. Following the reading, students participated in a reflection activity. Plymouth also took part in the Read for the House community service project. This project allowed students to record reading time during the month of February and raise donations for the Ronald McDonald House in Philadelphia. On February 14th, families of students were invited to attend their child's winter party. Families enjoyed snacks and created crafts together.
For Conshohocken Elementary, starting in January and extending into March, Conshohocken is hosting Step Into Our World of Reading by the Conshohocken Electric Force Track Club and the Live Direct Step Team. This program is on Wednesday evenings and free to all students. Each week, students read a book by a famous Black author and learn step dancing. Each morning in February, through morning meetings, Conshohocken students are learning about Black history through a Google slide deck that focuses on famous Black Americans, local business owners, MPW high school graduates, and accomplished artists. Finally, Conshohocken had its Unity Walk earlier today with the Plymouth Whitemarsh High School Black Cultural Alliance BCA Club up Harry Street.
CES recently started its Before School program supporting students in math and literacy, and this program will run until April 20th with about 100 students currently participating. CS is also focusing on Black History Month during their morning meetings, sharing stories of the impacts of African Americans while watching videos and reading books regarding the civil rights movement. The Climate Committee has organized a Unity Walk for CS that was also today, as well as having each class read the book Undefeated and completing follow-up activities. Mr. Wilson is introducing SAM Labs to integrate STEAM and coding in the technology lab in order to challenge students to build codes and program hardware. The CES Cares Club is collecting stuffed animals for the Rise and Shine Foundation. There are approximately 100 students participating in this worthwhile club.
For CMS, February 16th was an in-service day for teachers. This day, the CMS staff participated in several presentations, including trauma-informed, equity, inclusion, and belonging, and the TLS team presentations. The PWHS chapter of the National Art Honor Society and CMS Art Club have started to send postcards back and forth as art pen pals. The art pen pals have plans to meet and will be displaying some of the postcards at the district art show in March. The theme of the show is the art of belonging. 8th grader Zach Keen, a student in Mr. Yeagle's engineering and robotics course, was recently tasked with designing a mounting device for the new weather station at CMS. 8th graders will use the data collected from the weather station in their science classes during their meteorology unit. On Wednesday, February 15th, Corey the Dribbler, a former Harlem Globetrotter, visited CMS for character education assemblies with each grade level.
And then for Plymouth Whitemarsh, they held their coffee and conversations with the administration to meet with student leaders at the end of January. We also have successfully started our second semester with students taking some new and exciting classes. And we are also beginning course selection for next year, meeting with 8th graders, and current PW students will start to review this process in March. Future Business Leaders of America had 14 students win regionals and move on to compete at the state level, which will be in April. And PW also had 5 students qualify for the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association District 11 music ensembles. The PW track team will send 5 students to states, and congratulations to our boys and girls basketball teams on winning the Suburban 1 League title as well as the SOL League tournament. The boys will advance to the next round of playoffs after their win earlier this week against Penwood, NPW also had its Unity Walk today.
This is the conclusion of our February 23rd, 2023 student report. Thank you all for your time and have a nice evening.
And I just want to comment, Emma, I see you have your name in front of you. Dr. Christian, took a while, but thank you. She has a name. I'm so excited.
Sorry for the delay.
Sure.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for coming and joining us, and for sharing all that with us. I'm very excited to hear the post office is back at Ridge Park. I know my kids loved it when it was there. Now moving on to new business. Chris?
Motion to approve, excuse me, of the budgets and payments in the budget for the spring productions at Plymouth Whitemarsh High School and Colonial Middle School as presented. The PWHS Colonial Players are performing their 2023 spring musical Urinetown from March 9th to 11th in the PW Auditorium. The CMS Spring Musical is the production of Mary Poppins Jr. with scheduled performances March 3rd through March 5th. The school board must approve the budget and therefore authorize the payment of the stated amounts to the individuals included in the production budget. Attached are the production budgets for the PW Spring Musical and the CMS Spring Musical, Mary Poppins Jr.
May I have a second to that motion? Sharon? Any questions or comments? All right, all in favor? Okay, thank you. Sharon?
Stuck. Motion to approve the 2023-2024 MCIU membership services budget as presented. The Colonial School District is in receipt of the 2023-2024 MCIU member services budget that must be approved by all member school districts. The member services budget consists of 3 service areas: Office of Community and Government Relations, Office of Professional Learning, Office of Technology Services. Districts pay a membership services fee for each of these 3 service areas based on each district's enrollment for community and government relations and the weighted average daily membership and the aid ratio wealth factor for professional learning and technology services. So based on the formula, Colonial will contribute $93,466, an increase of $3,317 or 3.68%. The member services budget of $1,561,980 represents approximately 1% of the total MCIU operations.
Thank you. May I have a second? Gail? Any questions or comments? All right, all in favor? All right, Sue.
This is a motion to approve the revisions to Board Policy Number 304, Employment of District Staff as presented on a first read basis.
May I have a second to that motion? Chris? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Sharon?
Motion to approve the out-of-state conference requests outlined below. These requests were reviewed at the Curriculum Committee of the Board on February 13th, 2023. Plymouth Whitemarsh High School music teacher Tanya Kaufman to attend and present at the 2023 National Association of Music Educators in Rochester, New York, from April 13th through the 15th, 2023. District Equity and Advancement Officer Melissa Figueroa Douglas to attend Chicago Beyond Reimagine Retreat in Chicago, Illinois from March 9th through March 10th, 2023. And Director of Technology Andrew Bogley to attend the COSN 2023 conference in Austin, Texas from March 19th through March 23rd, 2023.
May I have a second? Will? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Sue?
This is a motion to approve a revision to the contract with Vector Solutions to provide Act 126 mandated reporting training for district staff effective May 1st, 2023.
May I have a second, please? Chris? Any questions or comments?
Yeah, quick question. Is that a 1-year contract or a multiple year contract?
Mrs. O'Reilly, the Vector contract for Act 126?
1 year. Thank you.
Annual approval.
Any other other questions or comments?
Act 126 is a requirement for all school districts to, when we employ someone, to send essentially a reference check specifically as it relates to children protective services to other districts before hiring someone. And it's a requirement for all school districts.
All in favor? Thank you. Sharon, you're up.
Motion to approve the agreement between Delaware County IU to provide an orientation and mobility assessment for one student in the amount of $1,118.06.
May I have a second, please? Will? Questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Sue?
This is a motion to approve the separation and release agreement between Colonial School Board of Directors and employee number 104687, effective February 23rd, 2023.
May I have a second, please? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. And solicitors report.
There is no.
All right, thank you. And now we'll move on to our committee reports. Community Relations and Safety and Wellness. Chris?
No report.
Curriculum. Sharon?
Sure. So the recent curriculum board meeting was held on February 13th. During the meeting, the curriculum team and Colonial School District teachers presented to the board on 3 conferences that they recently attended. These included the National Council for the Social Studies Conference, the Open Middle Math Conference, and the PDE's SAS Institute 2022. Mrs. Grigaitis also provided an overview of the Colonial School District flexible instructional days, emergency instructional days, and discussed how the district would implement these days if needed. Mr. Pasidi gave us a brief update on the summer camp opportunities that are being offered, as well as Summer Reading Committee. They have also been reviewing and updating the summer reading lists, which consists of looking at the needs, identities, and cultural backgrounds of all students. And then the committee reviewed the conference requests that we just spoke about. And the next committee meeting is March 13th, 2023.
Thank you. Facilities. Will?
Yes. Some good things happening in the district. The softball fields are supposed to be ready for this season, so that's definitely a good win. And Mr. Lally assured me that the other fields have been addressed as well. If you look around CMS, you'll see that the sod is being laid, so that project is also starting to take shape as well. So that's my report.
All right. Thank you. Rick is not here for finance. Dave, anything you would like to share?
Yes, at the Finance Committee meeting, we updated the committee on the status of the 22-23 budget. We also introduced where we're at as far as an update on the 23-24 budget development. We also talked about the musical budgets and the MCIU budget and also the VOTEC budget, which we're working on right now.
All right. Thank you so much. Human Resources. Sue?
No report.
Thank you. The Tech School. Chris?
No report.
Thank you. IU. Sharon?
Sure. So 2 quick updates. One is on Wednesday, March 8th, the IU is hosting a community partner fair from 11 to 1 at the IU building on Lafayette Street. And also on Monday, May 15th, all of our golfers, get your clubs ready. The annual MCIU Education Foundation Golf Classic at Brookside Country Club in Pottstown will take place on that day. We hope that you can come join us.
Thank you. Does anyone have any legislative update?
No, but I do want to correct something that I said, and I appreciate Kyle. I got my numbers mixed up. Act 126 is the child abuse recognition and reporting training that is mandated. When I referenced earlier was 168. That's the employment verification that we send out. So I apologize I got the acronyms down. I don't have the numbers down yet, so I'll get those down.
Thank you. Any municipal or community liaison reports?
You have
I always have to. Yeah, same as last time, just reminding everyone that the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Conshohocken will take place on March 11th with a rain date of March 25th. So it's the parade and the 5K. So we hope to see you.
I want to add to that, that the
Please.
Plymouth White Marsh Marching Colonials will be performing at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Conshohocken. So come on out and show your PW spirit and have fun while you're at it.
Yeah, love it.
I'd like to say that this Saturday at Greater Plymouth Community Center will be the African American History event. There'll be lots of entertainers and vendors. It's free. Come on out. It'll be from 10 to 3 p.m. So show your support.
And then Gail, Foundation update.
Sure. So our last meeting was on January 31st. The board formed multiple committees to acquire more structure. So each board member is assigned to a specific committee now. Specific updates, our annual fund is over. We raised a total of $36,773. We're in the process of Feel the Love campaign. It's underway. It goes through February 28th. Emails were sent out to everyone, to parents and families, to share the love for teachers and staff. So get your Feel the Love notes in before the 28th. And then the biggest item that we have coming up is Foundation Day. So Foundation Day will be on May 7th at CMS.
All right, thank you. And attached to the agenda are, if anybody's interested, the school activities accounts, the athletic activities account, the building report, curriculum report, and technology reports. And now, are there any public comments this evening? Are there any board comments this evening? No? I just want to say, I know there were unity walks across the district today. That was very exciting. I got to participate in one at Colonial Elementary School, and just a big shout out to everyone. It was really nicely done, and the students were having a lot of fun. They were in their T-shirts that they got during Kindness Week, and it was just a great event. So thank you to our PW students for helping to organize that.
And we were, Mrs. Lester and her team, as well as our faculty and staff, we have a number of aerial photos that we'll be sending out to the board and posting to our website too. Very exciting day. I can also tell you that the feeling about the middle school musical is palpable in Mrs. Venkis's classroom. And they're very excited to have the first show in the new middle school. So that'll be outstanding. And then this past week, although we split the games, the women's team just came up just short, but they're not eliminated yet, and the men's team won. Just to have 1,000+ people in the gym at the high school, and to see the excitement and how well attended both games were by our community and by our students was thrilling. And so the girls aren't done yet, and it's hard when you go 34-0 and then 20-3. I know they were disappointed, but they'll bounce back on Friday. So we're very excited for our success in the classroom, in the arts, and in the athletic arena.
All right, anything else this evening? All right, seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.